Hi, this is Ceema and I'm back with a new lesson on expressions using the word can't. Now, can't is a contraction of the word cannot, meaning that when you use the word can't, you use it in a negative sentence, right? So I believe that the expressions using this word are going to be quite interesting. Let's have a look at a few of them. The first one is, you can't be bothered. Okay, when I use the expression can't be bothered in a sentence, what does that mean? It means that something is not important. So it's not important enough for your attention, or there is something that you don't have the time. So you've got no time, or you don't have the interest. So you've got no time or no interest to do it or to say it, perhaps. Okay, so if someone, maybe a friend of yours, invites you to a game of football, and you think that playing football is not important enough for your attention, or you don't have the time or the interest to do that, so you will say, I can't be bothered to spend my afternoon playing football. I'd rather do some work instead. Okay, so that's the way you will use this expression using the word can't. The next one is can't tell. Okay, well, this expression can't tell can have two different meanings. Okay, when you use the word can't tell with the words if or whether, then this expression basically means that you can't understand, you can't observe, or you can't perceive. You can't see very clearly. You can't observe or perceive. So suppose you are in a dark room, okay, or in a room which is not very well lit, and there is a beautiful dress, okay, but you can't tell, or you can't understand or observe or perceive the difference between the color blue and black, because the room is not very well lit. So you will say something like, I can't tell if this dress is blue or black, because you can't see very clearly, you can't understand that very clearly, right? So when you use the expression can't tell with if or whether following this expression, then this is what the meaning comes out to be for this expression. But if this expression is used without this, if you use only this expression, it basically means you can't give out information, or basically you are not allowed to give out information. So if someone asks you a question about your private life, and you will say, I'm sorry, I can't tell you, it's confidential. So that basically means that you can't, or you refuse to give out certain kind of information. Okay, so depending on whether you are using the can't tell with the if and whether, or if you are using it by itself, the meaning is going to be different. Okay, the next one is when you can't carry a tune. The word tune refers to music. Okay, so when you say you can't carry a tune, okay, you're basically saying that someone, or maybe yourself, you have no musical ability, which means when you sing, there is a very high probability that people are going to run out, that the rats are going to be screaming. Okay, so can't carry a tune is someone who has less or basically no musical ability. He can't really sing a note in its tune. he can't really sing at all. Okay, that's what it means. And the next expression, can't wait, is an expression you use when you are very eager or very excited for something to take place. Okay, so I can say something like, I can't wait to travel to New York for my vacation this year, because you are very eager, you are very excited for that event to take place. Okay, and the next one is when you can't get enough of something. Can't get enough basically is an expression to show that you want more. So you want more and more of something. This can refer to some people who are addicted to a thing, a person, or a specific event perhaps. So if you like a singer like Nicki Minaj, you love listening to her songs, so you can say something like, I can't get enough of Nicki Minaj. I can't get enough of ice cream, because you love ice cream. You want more and more of it. Okay, nothing is ever enough for you as far as that thing is concerned, because you really love it a lot. All right, now moving on to the next expression using the word can't is the very common expression called can't stand. Now, can't stand is basically an expression you use when you are talking about something that annoys you or something that irritates you. Okay? So something that annoys you or irritates you is something that you can't and you will not stand, right? Now, this expression can be used in two different ways, okay? In both the ways, it's going to have the same meaning, but the first way of using can't stand is when you say can't stand followed by a noun. For example, you can say, I can't stand cigarette smoke. So cigarette smoke is my noun. Or you can say, I can't stand a noun like, say, my brother. I can't stand my brother. Why? Because he annoys me, he irritates me. The other way of using can't stand is when you use can't stand followed by it, which is again followed by when, plus any situation that you want to talk about. So you can say something like, I can't stand it when I have to wait in line for the bus. So I've used the word can't stand followed by the word it, followed by another word called when, and then I put in a situation. I can't stand it when people scream or yell at me. I can't stand it when I have to wait very long to get what I want. Okay, so two different ways of using the expression can't stand, which have the same meaning, but two different ways of using it. Okay, the next one is when you can't bear something. So can't bear basically means you are extremely sad or something is very difficult for you to endure or to go through. Okay. Okay, so you can say something like, I can't bear to look at dogs who are on the road who are dying or who don't get enough to eat, because you feel extremely sad or it's difficult for you to bear or endure the thought of looking at dogs who are hungry or starving on the road. Okay, that's what can't bear is, when you can't endure it, when you feel sad about something. Okay, and the next one is when you can't help something. Can't help is basically an expression used when you want to convey the message saying that, you can't prevent, or shall we say you can't stop, prevent or stop something happening or you can't prevent or stop feeling in a certain way. So if I'm talking about, not being able to stop or not being able to prevent from something happening, I can say something like, I can't help, putting the brakes on time because my car is faulty. The engine of my car is faulty. So you can't prevent your car from skidding, perhaps, right? Because of something that is wrong with your car. But if you can't help feeling a certain way, you can say something like, the boy couldn't help falling in love with the girl because she was very beautiful, right? So can't help is basically used when you are talking about a feeling that, that you can't really do anything about, or a thing from happening which can't be stopped, all right? And the next one is when you can't beat something. So can't beat is an expression you use when something best takes place, or an event which is the best happens. So there is nothing that can top it off, okay? So for example, you can say that a vacation at the beach, nothing can beat that, or you can't beat that, right? So you can't beat basically is an expression you use when you're talking about an event which is the best event that can actually take place with yourself, okay? And the last expression using this word is can't thank you enough. Well, the word thank talks about gratitude or feeling very thankful, and when you use this expression, you are basically expressing your deepest gratitude to a person, to a company, to people who have helped you through your difficult times or who have done something very good for you. So you can say something like, I can't thank you enough for helping me when I had a financial need. Okay, so basically these are the main expressions using the word can't. I hope you found them very interesting and very informative. I'll be back with some more lessons. Until then, this is me saying goodbye.